Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the gamer scene. I am your host Connor, and this is your weekly gaming update for the 3rd of September 2012. Summer has now ended. We are pulling into September, coming into the cold winter months. So what games have we got us to keep us warmed and stoked over the snowy months of this winter? Well, let's kick off with the news, and first up we have free packages for Black Ops 2. First up we have the Hardened Edition for $79.99, which concludes the Black Ops 2 game, a collectible steelbook, a Nuketown Zombies and 2025 pack, so you can play a bit of that on Nuketown, and also the soundtrack for the game, as well as a few other things included. They also have the Black Ops 2 Care Package Edition, which is $179.99, which has the same as all the above in the Hardened Edition, but also contains your very own quad rotor, a remote control quad rotor that you can have a bit of fun with if you want to splash out the extra $100 for it. Don't mind me saying, but that's quite a lot. And finally, if you're a PC user, well, you can't have any of the above, so you have to have the Black Ops 2 digital pack, which is $79.99, and it contains the Nuketown 2025 and Zombies pack, and it also contains the soundtrack and the game, as you know, as you would expect, as well as a few other things that are basically only online for Black Ops, as opposed to any of the hold in your hand sort of objects. So, you know, if you want to pay a bit extra for your Black Ops experience, you can do. They've got a good few packs out there, accounting for pretty much every price range you could hope for. And, well, that's Black Ops. Moving on to Skyrim. Well, Skyrim's announced a new pack called Hearthfire, which is going to come to Xbox 360 on September the 4th for 400 Microsoft points, which brings a whole new aspect to Skyrim. This letting you build your own house, buy land, build your own house from the ground upwards, furnish it. You can adopt children to put in your house, and you also have to defend your possessions and your family from hordes of kidnappers, robbers, all sorts. So, a sort of area of the game that wasn't really explored compared to all the adventuring and arrows in the knees. Now you can actually settle down, stoke up a nice fire, and, well, I don't know really, build your own house, I guess, and play with a little child, and try not to kill it when it comes too damn annoying, because it's Skyrim and you have no morals. Anyway, let's move on to another game, and this time Killzone Mercenary details for the PS Vita. Well, it seems in the Killzone Mercenary new game, you're going to be fighting alongside the Helghast forces for the first time, doing tasks that no other soldier will do. So basically, you're set off on really quite dark and deep missions, alongside the Helghast for the very first time, and it looks set to be quite an interesting game for the PS Vita. A nice game to add to your collection for the PS Vita fans. Also in the fighting section, well, Gears of War Judgment, coming out next year in March, I believe, March the 13th, 2013. Well, that is going to be introducing a free-for-all, which will be the first time a free-for-all game has existed, a free-for-all game type has existed on Gears of War. And there were also 2 maps announced called Gondola and Library, both names pretty self-explanatory. But it'll be interesting for all you Gears of War fans out there to play a bit of free-for-all as opposed to fighting in teams all the time. On to Assassin's Creed 3, where naval warfare looks set to bring dynamic warfare, advanced naval tactics, and various different arsenals to your Assassin's Creed experience on the 31st of October. There is a trailer for that over at the gamer scene. So you get to have a bit of that, which is certainly different to what you'd expect for the old Assassin's Creed genre. And next up we have PlayStation All-Stars. Well, the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale beta sign-ups are now go. I'm not quite sure, as I don't have a PlayStation, but I believe you can sign up now, so head over there and sign up ASAP, because those beta slots will be hot. They will fly off the non-existent virtual shelves. Yeah, those. So make sure you get in there quickly to get your copy of the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale beta. Next up, Aliens Colonial Marines has an escape mode, which puts 4 Marines versus 4 Xenomorphs, also known as aliens if you don't know that, in a quick setting gameplay which requires teamwork to make use of all classes. The classes include the old heavy close combat, quick and, you know, light damage, sorry, and range, and they're included in aliens this time, so you get different classes of xenomorphs, and basically it's apparently quite a quick game type, so, you know, the action's frenetic and epic, which is certainly a very interesting gameplay to have in there. Next up, Pheonix Wright Ace Attorney. Well, the trilogy for that is going to be coming to iOS. So for all you Mac users out there, you get a bit of Pheonix Wright, and I have to say the game is really fantastic on PSP. So you iOS users are pretty lucky fellas to get the whole trilogy of the games in HD right ready up for you, which is great to see. Next up, well, littlebigplanet is complete. There is a announcement from the developers who are doing it in their little blog, and they have completed the game. So hopefully that is a good sign, and that gives them time to you know, get a bit of the old quality assurance in there and make sure the game is absolutely fantastic. So it looks like it's going to be a great game. And finally, we've had some screenshots. What of? Well, the Borderlands 2 PC menus. Yeah, I know, probably not the best thing you could have a screenshot of, but it's progress. We're getting to see bits of it, and when it's released later in September, I'm sure you'll get to see much more from the gamer scene. But the menus themselves look pretty nice. You know, they look like they flow quite well, and they look quite good for menus. It's probably about as best you could judge for menus. Anyway, that's it from the news. What have we got coming up with game releases for this week? Well, on Tuesday we have shad'o for PC, which is a tower defense game set in the mind of a 9-year-old boy called William, which looks like it's just full of colour and imagination, pretty much the name of the game there. Also on Tuesday we have Zen Pinball 2 for PS Vita, a bit of pinball for your handheld fans, and Sims 3 Supernatural PC, bringing the alien experience to your Sims for all you PC Sims fans out there, which I know there are loads. And also on Thursday we have Balloon Pop Remix for the 3DS, and the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Collection for Xbox 360, which includes the multiplayer maps Decommission, a boat graveyard, Offshore, an oil rig, Gulch, a canyon, Boardwalk, which is a beach/arcade sort of setting, and Parish, which is the French Quarter of New Orleans. And that's all for this week. I have to say there's absolutely nothing. What am I supposed to say about that? shad'o looks like it could be an interesting game, you know, with lots of colour and lots of just sort of quirky little features that could make it quite an interesting game. But aside from that, there is nothing coming out this week. What on earth is going on? I really don't know, so let's just move on to what was good last week, and maybe you could play that for 2 weeks in a row. Guild Wars 2 came out last week, and it looks fantastic. The massively multiplayer online RPG game for the PC follows up to the hit Guild Wars 1, and it's a hit itself. Everybody is loving it. I can't go anywhere without seeing information about Guild Wars 2 because people are loving it. So if you are a PC user and you wanted to try out Guild Wars, or you wanted to, you know, you've got one and you want to get two, definitely get it. It is fantastic. Also looking pretty good is Madden, although this has a strange split because the critics are loving it, but the users are not really liking it. So Madden 13, you know, may be good, may not be good. You know, I can't really give you that assurance because I've not played it, but who knows? I'm sure it will be decent for the Xbox and PS3, I believe. And finally, we have Rock Band Blitz for Xbox 360. Casey over at the Gamerscene reviewed this and said it was a really good addition to the Rock Band series, and it's an Xbox Live Arcade title, so that's pretty impressive for Rock Band. His only fault was that it didn't have the achievements required you to spend money to buy songs. Aside from that, 5 out of 5 stars, looks like a fantastic game, so I can advise getting it. And that's it for this week. Lots of news and absolutely no games for me to talk about, which is a bit disappointing. But you know, that gives you Guild Wars 2 fans much more time to play without harassing yourself with a new game. So anyway, that's it for this week. Now, there are plenty of other articles over at the Gamerscene, including reviews, a Trice preview I wrote up over there, you know, Rock Band Blitz review as I mentioned, and also we have an interview with the creators of Anook. If you don't know what Anook is, it's equivalent to like a bit like Facebook or Raptor for the gaming world, and you know, you have Nooks for, you know, the bigger companies. We have Anook. I have an Anook. I have a profile on Anook, which is Sonocateer. So make sure you have a look and add me on there. But it's quite a good, well-designed little website, and I have to say it brings a lot of gamers together, and it's a good little hub for everybody to come together in, which is quite nice. And so I have to say, and as we're partnered with them, they are a really nice website. The guys over there are really nice, gave us a good interview, and what can I say? Go and have a look. It's called www.anook.com, anook.com. So make sure you head over there, and that's all I can say for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you enjoyed the news, and I hope you want to see more. But that will be me, Connor, out.
Arenas with a lot of cover are the best.
And this one, nerve-wracking. What a close match.